of the scene, Monkey.
Coastline's kind of developed to be Augus's home map, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we did see recently in the Pro League, August also did lose one map to Sinister when they banned Smoke.
Yep.
And we talked a little bit about how August and Mindfreak both have really good Smoke players. I want to see this Smoke ban come out here. I don't know if it'll come out. I think that one of the objectives for Mindfreak has got to be banning out something from August that they're not expecting, because it has been something we've seen in the past from Mindfreak, going for a little bit of an odd ban, and August seem to struggle when they have that carpet ripped out from under them.
See that, but then Mindfreak have to make the decision. Do they want to ban the Echo? Do they want to ban the Mirror? Do they want to ban the Mirror?
Yeah, it's much more staple. Mindfreak, the most odd ban here is the Buck, but that's something that we've seen quite a bit of on Coastline as of late, preventing that vertical play, especially say you're attacking Hookah going below. Mindfreak used it to great effect in their match yesterday, but I'm not seeing what I was looking for in that kind of throw the gauntlet down ban, get something big out of the way, and put August on the back foot. I'm not seeing that.
Your recipe to beat August is to ban Smoke.
No, I don't know if that's all of it, but it worked against August when Sinister did it. Ban something. If you think about Smoke, right? As a shotgun, he not only is his utility as gas, plant denial and area denial essential for your strategy, but also you have to rotate someone else onto that site renovation role as soon as you ban out that operator that carries the shotgun.
Your bombs from being defused by
Well, bars to start off here for Mindfreak, and you know, I did say that ANZ didn't really ever favour this, as several months ago we saw the international scene start to favour this bomb site, and it feels like finally ANZ is getting to that period where they are favouring the bars themselves.
Yeah, I think it may well relate to the fact that Hookah bomb sites also become really, really meta, well defended, and it's just it doesn't spot the drone. Good on Neofighter. So that Hookah bomb site directly above the bars. If you're good at holding Hookah on a Hookah defense, then you're probably good at holding Hookah on a bar defense, and that vertical play really helps out. If you can hold the top floor, you're fairly safe inside bar.
Well, here we go. Cutie's going to start things off with a spawn pick, but Emo-Ren will shut that down. Only taking about 20 HP for Cutie's troubles. And
what an ambitious spawn peek, too. That is not a let's peek out a window. That's not even a let's run out quickly. Let's run out, jump aggressively, looking all the way out to the pool with the reflex sight as well. Not a good start for Mindfreak here, but I like the aggression. I like the fact that they're taking the fight to August.
Well, not a great start here for Mindfreak. That was kind of one of those calculated things. If that had worked and he'd lined up 3 like we saw Todd do yesterday on Villa, we'd be praising him right now. But instead it didn't. And so, we can say, oh, what is he doing?
No, I like the aggression. If it doesn't work once, that's okay. Maybe it'll work next time. Maybe they'll change up their playstyle. But it does give August a bit of a buffer on this round. They found that first pick for free, really, and they're taking control of the top floor.
Yeah, look how quick they're going, Dev, as well. Drones in. No real, I suppose, attempt by August here. Sorry, Mindfreak to deny a lot of this top floor pressure.
There are a lot of ways that you can deny plant on the bomb site itself, both of the bomb sites rather, especially that blue bar bomb site. If you open up the wall that goes from blue bar to terrace, looks like the next port of call for August will be pushing Cool Vibe stairs. It's a dangerous job when Shaq is below with the shotgun. He may well find 2 kills, but August are playing smart, using their utility to flush him down. But Shaq may well get one. It does. Ethan on the ground now. The refrag doesn't come out for August, and Shaq is allowed to rotate. But elsewhere, Jack Daddy was taken down by Derp.
And that's big. I think Jack Daddy was going for the flank earlier, and he's completely shut down. So August are in the driving seat, even though they have lost Ethan. And that also temporarily forced Shaq back from the Cool Vibe stairs, but he's back now. Shotgun in hand. No, sorry, SMG-11. But can't quite land things, and Diesel is planting already, Dev.
A bit of a bait and switch here for August. There's no information for Mindfreak. Where are the Yokai drones? Where are the Valkyrie cameras? King's caught off guard, and he has to retake. Got a good gun for it, but Mindfreak dropping like flies just on Shaq, and King's to make this work, and Shaq caught between a rock and a hard place. Protecting off Cool Vibe Stairs. Kings really has to be instrumental in this retake, but I don't think there's anything that Mindfreak can do here. One kill will start the job.
It's a nice shot. But time is ticking away, and there's not much left, Dev. Maybe another 10 seconds, and they need to start that disable. Neofighter to find Shaq and Emo Rin to shut down Kings. Wasn't much hope for Mindfreak once the plant had gone down there, Dev, but they gave it their all, and, well, I don't know. I wasn't, not almost, but gave it a good shot.
I'm a bit confused whether the Echo drone's not in Sunrise Bar or was no one on them, because we had 2 dead players. When you have 2 dead players, you should be covering all of the cameras on the map, realistically. It's not that difficult to flick through as many as possible with 2 players with nothing else to do.
Early in the round, we did see that one was spotted through the floor by the IQ, right above the couch. I wouldn't be surprised if that was taken down, and Mindfreak were just not in a position to deny that plant at all.
We eventually did see Neofighter playing in, I think it's called this, I'm not sure, a sauna, that little room that leaves Sunrise out into near the pools. And Neofighter could very easily, as you said, got that IQ scanner up and taken out the yokais.
Yep.
So overall, just very good attack from Orgless. It helped a little bit that they only had 4 to find after that failed spawn peek from Cutie, but I don't think that will phase Mindfreak here going into round 2.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing, and when it didn't work, it's not like it's the end of the world there. It's just the end of that round. Well, even then, there's still a way that there is for them to get back into it. But now we are at hookah and billiards, Dev.
And Mindfreak are yet to prove that they'll do any better than they did last time these guys played on Coastline. Orgless 7-1 just over a month and a half ago in the Pro League. And we've seen a good form from Orgless. I touched on very briefly that roster change. I think I was a bit skeptical at first. Neofighter's a great player, but I was skeptical that he would be able to fill the same role as Joey, who was very supportive. And I think that it's safe to say that Orgless are looking good in this current roster.
Yeah, I think the point I want to make is that, you know, not only was Diesel a good fit for Orgless, but Orgless was a good fit for Diesel. Diesel, you know, his performances when he was on Taboo in the previous season of Pro League were not fantastic. In fact, I was rather critical of him.
Really?
During those times, yes. And, you know, ever since being on this Orgless roster, he has looked like a completely different player.
I think he really does fit into that team. And with the comms led by himself and Ethan, it just seems to work for at least what Orgless seems to be playing with. And Cutie for the second time shut down early. Neofighter takes some damage for it, but good on him to get rid of that kill. It'd be style keen for a refrag. He gets it eventually. But there's another refrag. Orgless within touching distance of all of their teammates, staying on top of the game.
Nice and swift there from the Orgless boys, and it's 1 minute down, and there's only 3 members of Mindfreak left standing here, Dev.
The bomb site on Hookah. Still, I don't think you could ask for a better set of operators to hold this. Maybe if the Legion was still up, that'd be nice. But Kings can take aggressive angles with the MP5 SD and the ACOG. And of course, we have 2 shotguns on Mindfreak with those SMG11s. Great weapons to have in these close encounters. Imorin wants to tangle with Kings, though. He knows the player is right near the window, thanks to that Zofia concussion. Very cautious of that aggressive peek. He knows Kings as a player. Kings wants to go for those peeks. That's why he's playing the ACOG.
You know, they have the Echo, but, you know, with the IQ being down, that's going to be great for the survivability of those drones. But here on Cool Vibes, Emo Ren will find the instant headshot onto Shaq. He was caught, well, not completely off guard, but I don't think he was quite ready for that fight.
Big problem for Mindfreak now is it's only Kings remaining. Site completely flushed out. Orgless ready to prep from the Cool Vibe stairs. Kings now concussed as well. Doesn't have the audio to hear the players coming. Ethan will just sprint on in with the SMG11. It makes short work of Kings. And Orgless, well, they're looking to be business as usual.
It's like they have a sixth sense as to where their opponents are, right?
I mean, the thing that impressed me the most about Orgless that round was the quick refrags. Every time a player died, there was another one there within touching distance. It's the 5-second rule.
Yep. Immediate trade. Immediate trade.
So we are still yet to see something from Mindfreak to prove that they are going to make a bit more of an impact than they did in the last time these two teams played. 7-1 is not a good track record on the map in the head-to-head. And I think that after watching Mindfreak yesterday, this is a good for Mindfreak because Acme played really well yesterday in the quarterfinal against Mindfreak, but the match wasn't won because Acme made mistakes. The match was won because Mindfreak played really well.
Yeah, and
countered their playstyle. And
Mindfreak had to dig deep in the end there, didn't they? Whereas, you know, I suppose Auglas kind of had a day off yesterday where they could sit back and study. And so
I saw him yesterday morning. I said, "What are you guys doing today?" And they said, "Oh, you know, hanging out, watching Fnatic." No joke. That's what they said. So
not even watching Mindfreak and
I
Acme,
know that.
though,
A bit sad. I don't know.
Savage.
Poor Mindfreak. But yeah. Of course, Auglas have their eyes on the prize in this matchup. We didn't really touch on that earlier in the pre-show, but they are the reigning champions, ANZ champions, having won 6 Oceanic Cup, and they aren't going to settle for that. The prize pool is double what it was last time, and they certainly are keen to take the whole thing.
They want a piece of that, and so does Style. He narrowly misses getting the headshot through the exit door. Were you talking about that room? I believe it's called Antechamber.
Really?
Well, it says Salada above the door, which is, I believe, exit in Spanish.
Okay.
So that's what I like to call it. But
I learn something every day from you, Monkey.
You know, I think I'm like completely wrong now.
Maybe. All right. I'm sure someone's going to correct us, and we're going to never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Jack doing some renovations, and Kings as well in the floor to prevent that vertical play. Ethan going with the grenades. And Cutie's the first one to fall. It'd be Style, though. Gets the better of Neophyter this time around. Trying to hold fast inside of Sunrise. Emorin gets an easy kill onto Shaq. The smoke off the board. Not doing his role at the moment. Keen for that refrag, but it wasn't too difficult for Emorin to win that. He had the angle already pre-aimed.
Style has looked a lot better today. I know he wasn't too happy with his performance yesterday, but he's found 2 quick peaks, and I think it's been 2 onto Neophyter. And put his team ahead, but I think it's the rest of Mindfreak that are lagging behind right now.
Well, August have given as good as they've got here. Mindfreak did get that 1 pick, of course, but they're being picked apart. They're not in a position to enable advantageous gunfights.
Yeah.
They're in, even if he Styles kill, he was in a pickle and he won a gunfight he probably shouldn't have. We need to see something more from them. Great drone work from Emorin, getting all the information he could possibly need. A C4 not detonated. This is a greatly underrated tactic. Kings now has a little bit of a game of chicken. If Emorin runs up the stairs, then Kings could either shoot him or use a C4. And Emorin has no way of knowing which is which. Still has 2 explosives left, but will have to use his second drone to get information on Kings here.
Yeah, he could send both of those up the stairs, but Kings has fallen back into hookup. Flash is going to come in, cause him to readjust. That drone's going to be spotted, but there's another flash. How is he not blind? There we go. He's dead for sure, and it's all up to Jack Daddy in the 1-on-4. C4 comes on out, and that's going to net himself a kill, but there's still 3 more members to find.
20 seconds, a lot of work to do, but we've seen this kind of a clutch before from our site anchors. He has 2 great weapons to make it happen, but no utility left. Rushing in forward, Emorin gets taken down. Can Jack Daddy find the second? This plan has to get confirmed. Don't peek it, Ethan, what are you doing? The plan does get confirmed. It's all onto Diesel now, and Jack Daddy, the 1 versus 3 Mindfreak. Wake up!
1 versus 4, actually. C4 at the start, before the plant started going down.
He did it all.
He did it all. Jack Daddy puts the rest of Mindfreak on his back and carries them to a round victory. But great stuff. Is that going to be enough to win the game, though?
Well, it's enough to give him 1 round for now. You can't count on that happening again. I've got to say, in the August camp, they've got to say, all right, guys, look, that was really bad, and let's not let it happen again. Here's the 1 versus 4. I'm interested, what do you think about all of the players were peaking?
Yes.
Is that, I mean, we can say, oh, it was bad because they lost, but realistically, sometimes you need to keep that pressure on in order to force a diffuser down. Was that the right choice there?
You know what I say.
I know what you say, and I want you to analyze. I want you to dig deep. I want to know, what could they have done better?
What could they have done better?
Other than land their shots, right?
Well, so you say that they maybe peeking 1 by 1 was the wrong thing to do, but
That's what I'm feeling.
They were trying to build that pressure up so they could confirm that diffuser, which they did in the end. I think that Ethan wanted to readjust his position more than go for the peek. I don't think that was his intention. I think he wanted to hold the angle out into the hallway so that Jack Daddy would have to take the peek rather than get peeked on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Little mistakes, though. Fell apart for Orgless, and, well, Jack Daddy was happy to capitalize. I think that'll give Mindfreak a second wind here. Of course, it's always off to a rough start, especially, I think, on the defense. When you're the ones who are just waiting for the action to happen for the most part, getting information, trying to identify how the enemy is pushing, and the attackers are just clean sweeping you, as we saw for the previous 2 rounds. It can be a bit intimidating, so Mindfreak should be feeling a bit better about themselves after that.
Can we just talk for a moment how Smoke has like the best kit for clutching?
Yeah, well, it was Mute, actually.
Not Mute.
But same kind of difference, right?
C4.
Same weapons, and C4 instead of the smoke. So C4, easy plant denial, and then, yeah, as you mentioned,
well,
the shotty did some work, didn't it?
Yeah, and you know, that shot he does. It one taps at the right close range, right? It's... I don't want to say OP, but he might be getting there.
Very useful when utilized correctly. Of course, it's useless at long ranges, but a good player knows when to use the shotgun and when to use the SMG-11, and Shaq has been known to land those shots with the SMG-11. Keen to take aggressive peeks, despite that recoil and despite that low damage at range, the damage drop-off. I've seen so many players here in this tournament using hollow sights or just one-time sights instead of the ACOGs.
Yep.
Especially on attack, which is where we would be less, seeing it less usually. Style, of course, does take down Diesel nice and early, so still warming up to the game. The one thing I will say is a redeeming factor for Orgless is Diesel is the comms man. He can sit on the drones the rest of the round and make call-outs for the team. His part in the round isn't over yet.
Has that round given Mindfreak a second win? They've started off great, and there's been no trade from Orgless at all, which, you know, we saw them do so well earlier, Dev.
And look at that. Shaq playing inside of Sunrise, getting droned out time and time again. An Echo drone comes to help him. Imarin doesn't have information on where the Mute is. Waiting patiently now. As soon as Orgless try to push, that's Neo from the northwest, the Echo drone will spot out his location.
The thing I find frustrating is the fact that, you know, who was it? It was Neofighter droning for himself. Finding the drone, and that's a great shot from Shaq. Finally, we see the trade come in from Neo, but Orgless are fighting from behind now.
On this kitchen attack, Orgless defanged, no smoke grenades remaining, and Emo-Rin, one of their key entry fraggers, also eliminated. Neo's not picking up the diffuser just yet. Trying to ensure map control, Ethan and Neo together clearing office. Orgless are very separated at the moment, but we've seen they're still close together enough to go for those refrags. Neo will find one. He has to pull out the Leisure Mine, and Ethan perfectly drops takedown Itby style. Great flick onto the dead body there. So switched on.
Well, that's how it flips there, Dev. Orgless are in the man advantage. Admittedly, Neofighter is practically dead right now.
There's no time left. 17 seconds, and Orgless will be forced to channel in through the kitchen doorway. Moving in.
Oof.
Kings has a great weapon for this. He'll take down one. Neo is still so low on HP, and Ethan needs to make an impact here. Kings just waiting for this. Neo has to take the fight. He's taken out. And Mindfreak equalize.
Well, Mindfreak started that round off great, and Orgless were still reeling from that clutch, weren't they? It was the 1-on-4, and immediately they lose another player in the next round with no immediate trade, and they took such a long time to finally respond and finally take control of Sunrise.
So I was a little bit worried looking at this off-map ban phase that Mindfreak just wouldn't have much presence in the first map, and maybe even the first 2 maps. My doubts have been ousted by Mindfreak's performance now. They've improved drastically since their last Pro League game on this map. Of course, I keep saying that 7-1, but it's such a slap in the face head-to-head result. And they've already gotten more rounds in the first 4 right here than they did in that match. Double.
One thing I will say that we saw in the final kill cams of how far Jack Daddy was off-site. It was just Kings, you know, 1-on-3 on-site, while Jack was all the way over on the main stairs. And, you know, you may think, oh, that's a stupid decision, but no, that's not, right? Because with that low time, August are going to be trying to file on into the bomb site. And we saw Jack Daddy got a free kill shooting, who was it in the back? I think it was Emo Rin? No, he died early.
I think it was Neo.
Someone.
Oh, it was Ethan. It was Ethan. So,
shooting Ethan in the back.
Yeah, exactly right. As you were saying,
5 seconds left before insertion.
that bomb site kitchen service, you know all of the possible avenues. There aren't very many ways that players can get into that bomb site. It's either the service door from outside, the kitchen window from outside, and well, if they're not coming from outside, then it's either through bathroom or through the kitchen door from Sunrise. And those were the two avenues that August had to file on through. So it's actually quite a smart idea. You usually have one kind of player on site to linchpin and prevent the attackers from storming in and completely taking the site. And for the rest of your players, you can just wait for the attackers to file in through those choke points and shoot them in the back.
So Mindfreak have decided to defend Penthouse here, Dev. And it looks like they've set up for a very aggressive defense around this VIP area. August have taken below rather swiftly, however.
Well, August are no strangers to this kind of a hold on Penthouse. When they defend Coastline, Penthouse, they actually do this exact same strategy or close enough. They play the two ACOGs inside of Hall of Fame and VIP and heavily contest that VIP balcony. So with Buck banned, it will restrict somewhat August's ability to open up the floor below VIP and flush out these positions. But at the very least, they're familiar with this strategy and they can go through the motions to understand what Mindfreak are attempting to achieve here and figuring out a way to counter it.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised they haven't brought an operator like the Gridlock, or, well, Jack was banned, of course, but Gridlock has the shotgun.
Well, they've got the Sledge with the grenades, and they have Zafir with the impact, so that's the vertical potential. Ethan, wow, catches Kings off guard despite
being on cam.
Yeah, despite being on camera, spotted out. Now that camera will, of course, be shut down. Gotta say, Neophyter, we talk about how he's great for aggro and overall consistent player, but he has been using his utility to a T.
Yeah, that's one of the things that maybe lower tier Rainbow Six players don't understand, how important that utility usage is. It's the difference between a round won and a round lost.
This is something you might find interesting. I remember being intrigued when I heard Kajeka talking about how their team functions, how Team Empire functions, the current best team in the world. He said, all of our players have a list of goals that they have to achieve, and that's what they have to tick all those boxes, and then after that they can go ham on the round. Neophyter ticking all the boxes. What a shot, Shaq! 3 versus 4 for Mindfreak now. Still in a decent position.
Ooh, and Style to respond as well, leading us to be in that 3v3 situation. What looked dire for Mindfreak has now been evened up.
Still 2 of the cogs on the board, ready to contest the long angles, and well, we know Shaq's good with the SMG-11 as well.
Whoop.
Diesel taken very low, and Shaq wants to get aggressive on the angle. He'll likely win the fight. August on the back foot, 15 seconds, still a smoke to deal with. Imorin in a gunfight. He is eventually taken out. All up to Ethan. Shaq, no doubt to win this fight, but he doesn't even need the shotgun as he's choked out from the gas.
Well, that was a round that looked like it was August's all day long until Shaq stepped up big, as well as Ippy Style. I must say, they are looking a lot better than what they did yesterday, Style and Shaq. They both had it a bit rough. Like, you know, they got the win in the end, but they started pretty slowly. I don't know, Style in particular was pretty unhappy with his performance.
Yeah, he's hitting his shots today. I mean, it's so simplified to say that, right? But I think that's what Mindfreak have today compared to yesterday. Against Acme, they have that confidence. They'll take these gunfights. You are usually going to lose those fights when you're playing an SMG-11 at long range like Shaq was. But if you have that confidence, you aim for the head, you control the recoil, just go for little taps, little sprays. You can, if you have the confidence, you can win those fights. And that's what we know Shaq for. If he has that confidence, if he's not scared, he can win those fights.
Look how much this half has switched around just because of that Jack Daddy clutch, right? It has been 3 rounds in a row to Mindfreak off the back of that, after looking completely lost in those first 2.
August couldn't help but to facepalm right now. You know, a little mistake like that, you want to think, oh, okay, we lost that, we threw that round, we had a 4v1, and we threw it. That's okay, guys, let's bounce back, you know, whatever, water under the bridge. But it's not water under the bridge because, well, there's something going on for August here. Mindfreak taking 3 straight rounds. it's not setting us up for a good expectation for August throughout the rest of the game. And I mean, we are talking about the team who are favored to win the tournament, or at least favored to make the grand final.
We are talking about the team that beat this other team 7-1 a month and a half ago.
So what's missing for August?
I really think that it has just been the momentum shift from the Jack Daddy clutch, right? Like, that was another August round in the bag. And ever since then, they've been, well, reeling, right? Seeing stars.
Mindfreak are just doing whatever they like here. It'd be Style in a very strange position in courtyard, waiting to catch someone off. August have been sending in individual players from all kinds of directions. It'd be Style spotted, and a great job from Diesel to capitalize.
Quick.
It was a risky play from Style, but Diesel does get him.
Bomb located.
Wonder
by
if that was
attackers.
Diesel's drone or if that was based on a call from one of his teammates. Wouldn't be surprised.
Either way, it was very quick, Dev. But yeah, August, I think they will be able to stabilize here unless Jack Daddy has other plans once again.
Kings has done some good work on the Echo. Emo in the same position, looking to tangle up the blue stairs. It's a very hard fight to win.
It's such an integral part of this map as well. Having a Thatcher would have greatly made taking Cool Vibes a lot easier.
And that was a perfect grenade, if only there was actually someone there. Perfectly cooked to explode as it hit the floor, and that would have killed anyone sitting in the corner of the room. Mindfreak playing a little bit more passively, not inside hookah. And you can see how this buck ban from Mindfreak has affected August. If Ethan had the buck, he could have opened up as much of the floor as he liked, but instead he has to use these grenades.
Ooh.
An air jab detonated downstairs in blue bar. Derper now aware of that position, going to get on a drone to confirm it. Doesn't have the info. Time ticking away for August. They do have the numbers advantage, but this was where it all began, Monkey. This was the map, or the bomb site, where Mindfreak did get that clutch.
They look like they don't know exactly how they want to take it, and you know, I could have seen that coming a mile off. ADS system on Cool Vibes.
Looks at two players from August, going to refrag up blue stairs. Kings doesn't have the shotgun, which is probably what you'd want in this scenario, but there is a serious potential here. Kings now concussed. He doesn't have the audio cue for when a player's coming up, except Ethan gets stilted out by that Leisure Mine. He wants to peek up. Does he have a refragger behind it? There's no time left. He has to win this engagement. Cutie to find Dirt. No time left, really. Imorin taken down. Kings is just going to run for the hills and use the Echo drones to deny this plant. Diesel can try to force down the plant, but he's the last one remaining. No chance. And a great round for Mindfreak as they come alive.
Well, 4 rounds in a row for the boys in blue there. Yeah.
I can hear that.
Yep.
Look at them. They really are coming alive. This is their game right now, and it's not what I expected after we saw them struggle so much against Acme. August have had that time off. They just chilled out yesterday. And I think in terms of prep work, in terms of the coming into this game, August were ready, but they look out of practice. They look like they've had a day off.
Yeah, they do. And not only that, but Mindfreak are building that confidence, and they are, you know, starting to have fun with it. And, you know, we could definitely hear it in their voices after the end of that half there, Dev.
Yeah, no doubt about it. For me, August, it's like, it's a Monday morning. You know, you just had the weekends, you know, get back on the grind. Whereas Mindfreak right now, it looks like, you know, it's a Wednesday. You're halfway through the week, and you've already warmed up, and you're not tired yet. Yeah, it's, well, we have 1 round left for, oh no, sorry, we flipped the half. So maybe that can switch some of the momentum. We are at a 4-2 scoreline. We do often see the half does help to flip onto the other foot, switch that momentum for the losing team or the team that's not in that streak.
It is so often a tale of 2 halves, right, which look completely different to each other. And, no, I wouldn't be surprised if we see that here. And I don't know, maybe that's one of the things that I feel like the Sieges get predictable in, right?
Yeah, well, I will say for Mindfreak, if they come out of the gate swinging here, they've got the Lion. They're going to play very aggressively and suppressively to prevent August's movements. If they can muster that and take this round, I have a lot of confidence for Mindfreak to take this map, which I had not expected coming into this series. Looking at the map bans, thinking, Auglis, this is your home territory.
Yep.
And you're letting Mindfreak run rampant all over you.
Well, it's not over just yet, Dev. We'll have to see how this first defense comes out for the Auglis boys. You can hear that quick fire communication from just next to us.
This is really special. I've never sat this close to the players while casting. You know, stood behind them, but we can really hear the comms.
Yep.
I can hear them saying, Connor on the roof, you watch VIP balcony. It is crazy how much you can hear, and it's quite a learning experience. You know, these guys have insane communication, and Mindfreak are turned on. You know, it's not just that they're landing their shots, it's they are together as a team. Their communications are hot fire. There's no glum faces. These guys are ready.
And, you know, just as we said, Connor, which is King's on the roof, watching from to VIP.
Yeah, we see that.
All right, now I think we've leaked enough, but Emo and Ren will start things off. Finding that line, as I think it was 2 of the EE1Ds were used. Either way, great start here for the Auglis boys.
Perfect way to flip the switch here, which of course is what they need to do. That Jack Daddy clutch had such an impact on Auglis' momentum. Turned Mindfreak right on.
Interesting to see here that Mindfreak have bought a hard breach. Now, you know, we always talk about Coastline being one of those maps we don't see a hard breach on. I believe that was Aquarium Balcony. Yes, Neofighter about to engage in a fight. Oh, the timing there, Dev. Cutie to trade back that earlier frag, putting us to even numbers. And the flashbang is going to come in towards Neofighter. He's still alive somehow, but I don't think he's going to last much longer, as that's a third. Jack Daddy to jump on over. Jack Daddy to find the kill. Shaq trying to follow that one up as a down has gone over to Kings as well. So we are technically in the 3v3 unless he can be revived. But Derp has got the angle here.
Emo wants to go for that flank as well, but it's a dangerous game to play. Derp thrown out on site. 2 anchors of Diesel and Derp. Diesel down, it's just Derp really on site. But Mozzie from below, that's a huge impact play. If he can deny the plant for just a little bit longer, but Shaq's still up with the diffuser. Goes in, diffuser on the floor. It's just Emo in here to clutch it. No C4, but does he have the information? If he can deny the plant, it's everything, but he doesn't. And he gets Nomad charged. Such a good position for Mindfreak. They'll secure the plant. Emo has to be switched on here. Pre-firing some common angles, but he's got so much work to do.
There's a crossfire as well set up here by Mindfreak. Cutie has spotted his head behind the deployable shield, and they're just going to continue to harass him with the flashbangs. We see the bullets coming through in that cross, but Emo really found one, but not the second. Mindfreak extend their lead by another.
No flip on the momentum. It all started with that aquarium push for Mindfreak. No ADSs to prevent the flashbangs, and Neofighter didn't have a teammate coming in to assist him either.
Completely bullied, wasn't he?
If he had maybe had, I mean, we obviously don't see the whole situation, but if another player from Auglis had been able to rotate to cover, then maybe they could have salvaged that round. But, I mean, so many things went wrong for Auglis. They didn't have the information as well. It could have been a certain clutch for Emo if there was that site info.
Yes.
But I think we've got to attribute that. We didn't see it on camera, obviously. We've got to attribute that to, I believe it was Jack Dad playing the IQ. He must have been taking out the Yokai drones, those Mozzie drones as well. That denying of that information really prevented Emo from having a chance in that clutch.
And I believe this has prompted Auglis to request a tactical pause here, Dev.
Better time than ever. 2 rounds away from losing the map. 5-2. Vinny Tam, that is Silex, going to give his 2 cents. A former player for this roster for the longest time. Him and Neofighter, and they've been together for such a long time. And he did step back when we talked about how Diesel joined the team. Silex decided to step back into a coaching role.
Joey left as well.
Yeah. But I think we've got to say all of these roster changes have been for the better. And Silex is a great coach. Not only does he know the players back and forth, but he also is very familiar with how the team plays. And he obviously has a lot of experience in the game.
Not only does he have a lot of experience, but he's also got that winning mentality of he'll never blame something else. He'll always say, what could we have done different, and bring that up with the boys.
I think he's actually one of the oldest players or competitors as a coach in the ANZ esports scene. He's he doesn't look it, but yeah, he's definitely the mature guy.
You don't want to say his real age on broadcast.
No, I don't. I haven't asked permission. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, he is like much older than most of the players that we see come through here. Especially when yesterday we were talking about, Acme's got this many under 18-year-old players, and for those who don't know, this Six Masters is actually a 15+ league.
Yep.
This is not an 18+ league like the Pro League. We just happen to not have any of those under 18 teams make it here to the LAN.
Well, what are August going to do different this time? They also have to contend with a Monty here, Dev.
Mindfreak are a team who have used it. Both of these teams actually have embraced the Monty in the past. It's funny, really, his style being the one to take up the mantle. We talked about how he is that fragger. He was that impressive entry fragger. He was picked up onto this team with only experience in Challenger League. He used to play for Rhythm, and he was that big fragger. That was what he was.
Was that a default cam I just saw up, Dev?
Yeah, you'd be surprised at how often default cams are left up in comp.
No.
It is, yeah. Hey, I don't think that something small as that is going to spell death for Mindfreak, but we'll see how they deal with this double ACOG hold. The Monty actually could well help out Neofighter and Derp to hold VIP balcony.
Depends if he gets into this crossfire here between the two GRGN brothers. Got one on one angle and one in the other. Neofighter has pinged out his position.
I mean, he's too smart to peek directly into that, but Mindfreak are opening up angles to flush out that Hall of Fame. Kings to take down Neofighter. August falling apart. The information is up. Derpair baited out. He does get it me style. Monty off the board, but there's a refrag. Elsewhere also, Diesel goes for one. Ethan on the run out as well. So August aren't out of the game yet. They're fighting back.
That was a blow for blow there, Dev. Mindfreak striking first, but August hitting back, and they both lose two members, one being the Hard Breach, one being the Monty for Mindfreak, and the ones for August, both GRGN brothers.
And if you're going to lose two players here for August, it's probably those two ACOGs. You don't lose that much ground. You just lose VIP. Whereas for Mindfreak, it's a lot of utility wasted, a lot of utility gone, and that ever-present Montaigne has been removed from play, so no more of that choke point access for Mindfreak. So they'll reassess the situation. We'll have a short pause while August wait for push to come and shove.
Well, both Yokai still up as well. Looks like they're going to be getting ready for the... Oh,
no way.
Dev.
There'll be a Nomad charge on the door. If he jumps out, he's a dead man.
Surely.
But there's a player just there. Oh, no. Such a big risk for Ethan, and it doesn't pay off.
Was it a Claymore?
It was a Claymore. I didn't even see it. Well hidden, but blow for blow. Emo Rim. Big time on the flank inside of VIP. Cutie in such a poor position. Players on either side. He can't find this first kill. He needs to nail it here. Onto Diesel, but Diesel's playing hard to get, and he throws it back in his face. Finally, the streak is broken.
Finally, 5 rounds in a row for Mindfreak until August can pick up their third. It's been a long time coming, but finally they get there.
So what do we think about the attack strategy for Mindfreak there? The idea of using the Monty, I did like it. If anything, I'm from August, obviously, yes, I don't want to harp on them. They did get some redemption there, but I've got to say that
Mindfreak looked good.
Mindfreak looked good,
yep.
Right? But August, I mean, Ethan's been really struggling on his normal role. It's similar to what we typically saw from Magna on Fnatic. He's that guy who runs around, the information gatherer, flex fragger, hit them where they're not, and it looks like, you know, in the Cyclops game, for when they were fighting for a spot at the 6 Major Raleigh, Ethan was shut down. Every time he went for a run out, he would get decimated. And that's what we're seeing so far.
So what do you think, Ethan needs to maybe find a different style to play, or?
It's so hard. I mean, it comes down to really micro details. If Ethan had spotted the Claymore, then he wouldn't have died there. He would have made it a better decision. He would have either shot out the Claymore and run out, or shot out the Claymore and not run out, or just left it alone, right? He would have had more options, but it could be that he shouldn't be on this role at all. Maybe he needs to find something different. Maybe they need to switch it up. But even when Emorin was playing that kind of a role before on this bomb site, he didn't have the impact on the flank either. We saw him attempt a 1 versus 2 clutch. Didn't have the plant denial. Didn't have the flank opportunity. So overall, August is just struggling, and maybe that's partially because of the Nomad, but I don't think that's the whole story.
Well, I just want to know where that Claymore was, because I could not see it.
I think it was really well hidden, maybe on just the side of the door behind him, and the laser wasn't actually, you know, fully going across. Maybe it was just kind of sitting there a tiny bit.
Either way, perfectly placed there for Mindfreak if it was that invisible to us and to Ethan.
So now August redefend their initial bomb site. Hookah. Ooh, Cutie just sees that pest. He'll try to shoot that out before pushing on his drone through.
He'll be able to take it out easily.
Yeah, both of these drones are actually, both of these teams are actually playing really similarly. We also saw, I believe it was Ippy Style playing the Mozzie down in Sunrise last time. Mindfreak were defending here. Ethan just grabs it again. Yep. So Ethan now has a drone. He has that information inside of, I thought it was called Sauna. Oh no, the air jab. Eventually.
Pool entrance.
Yeah, pool entrance, whatevs. He eventually takes it out, but Ethan is stuck between a rock and a hard place in the corner. Immer in there to support, and both of them have telegraphed their presence.
And they have the drone on him as well, which Ethan's going to jump on. Yes, he's seen the position, and Cutie hears it, and he is running for the hills now, Dev.
I can hear them calmly right now. I can hear where they want to plant.
Yep.
So, yeah, it looks like Mindfreak will be making a rotation to push in through Aquarium. They flushed out that position. Neophyte, unfortunately, didn't die this time. I mean, I know from their comms, because they're standing 5 meters away from us, that they want to plant on the pool table. So they're likely to collapse soon. Back of the Lion charge likely to help out.
Yeah, Styles gotten in below, made sure they won't be able to deny it from there. So Mindfreak are looking good to be in a position to execute. In fact, Styles going to take a lot of damage. And I think he might have been echoed as well, causing him to fall back.
August can enable that retake downstairs. It could mean the difference. Neophyter peaks an aggressive angle, but he's eliminated. Ethan as well. Finally, Cutie finds him. Gonna plant on top of the pool table. Diesel feeling the heat right now, and his smoke is not denying this plant. Shaq eventually gets downed by the gas. Surely not. And it's now a 1 versus 4 for Diesel, detected by the E1D. What can he conjure?
Dev, I think we might be looking down match point, because there is 4 members of Mindfreak here for Diesel to find, and he's not going to find a single one. Kings to shut it down, and Mindfreak, they have come back with a vengeance here on the August home turf of Coastline.
Man, I can't believe what I'm witnessing right now.
Me either.
August are asleep, and Mindfreak have stepped it up.
It's not what we normally see.
No, and I mean, I'm going to keep hacking at it. Mindfreak's comms are really good. Their spirits are high. I mean, look at August right now. Just look at them. Can you see anything coming out of their mouths? They look demoralized.
Yep. And they're a team that we've never really seen reach that kind of low. They're always ones that are able to bring themselves back from the edge of despair. Poetic?
Yes, yeah, it is. Yesterday they said, we're chilling out, we're prepping for Fnatic. Maybe that was a bit premature. Maybe the complacency is part of the problem. We've talked about complacency in the past a lot in the ANZ Rainbow Six scene. But usually it's not August we're talking about. Usually it's Fnatic that we're talking about. It was the storyline that we ran through last time we had our national tournament, 6 Oceanic Cup. The complacency of Fnatic going up against August in that grand final, who had absolutely prepared for everything Fnatic had to offer. And Fnatic changed nothing from their recent matches. August destroyed. And now it's Mindfreak's turn to go to town. August on the receiving end. At least they'll try to switch things up. They won Penthouse. They've lost Hookah twice. Now they'll try out a new bomb site on bar. We haven't seen their kitchen strat yet. They have a nice kitchen strat, but I think it's fallen out of favor for them recently because they haven't been picking it recently. I love that strat, but
because everyone knows about it.
Everyone knows about it now.
Mindfreak are using this Lion to great effect. It was, or at least definitely used it nicely in the previous round.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Even though EP Style was taken out early in the round that August won on Penthouse, Mindfreak have definitely made good use of the operator. Oh, Ethan's still struggling here. And with the Roni, the Pro League skin here on Mozzie. Love those Pro League sets. Just lands enough bullets here to take down EP Style.
Looks like now there might be another peek coming in towards Ethan. He's got a crossfire set up with, I think it's Derpate, all the way in security. Oh, sorry, Emo Rin, in fact. And, oh, Ethan, he wants to peek this. Is this the right idea?
Don't do it. There's the Claymore there as well, so we can't wide peek it too much. You know how much Ethan loves to run into Claymores. But Emo Rin and Ethan together, holding fast downstairs. Not letting up on office control just yet. Of course, that's not the bomb site.
It is an important part of holding this, however, as Cutie will find Diesel. Shaq also onto Neofighter. Is that going to prompt a response here from the August members? They're going to want to get aggressive. There's that Claymore gone.
Will we see a run out? Surely that's what's going to happen here. Emo and Ethan feeling the pressure. They know they need to do something. Derpe, last man, he's on blue stairs. There's no one on either objective. Still, we do have the Yokais up. I assume Jack Daddy will be making short work of them, hopefully, for Mindfreak. And when will August have any kind of denial onto the bomb site? There's so much time for Mindfreak here.
Yeah, and Ethan, he might be running right into this flank watch if he's not careful. Shaq holding down into security. So they're just going to have a little bit of a Mexican standoff for a bit here, Dev. No one pushing up, just holding a soft angle off each other. And it looks like it's going to be Ethan.
Don't take the bait. Mindfreak have read this so well. They know that they can't push out the players in office, so they're just going to cut off their rotations. Cutie takes down Derp. Ethan eventually wins that fight, but he's the last one standing here on match point. It's August on the cusp of losing this. Mindfreak confirmed that plant here, and Ethan with just barely enough HP to get through a bullet. So much work to be done, and Mindfreak look poised to take it. Map number 1 of Coastline, landslides, all for Mindfreak.
Wow, 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 Dev. We did not expect that. Coastline, the staple for August. When was the last time they lost it? I bet you it's been a long time. But Mindfreak have dethroned them from that map.
That is massive work, and that's it.
Yep.
August picked it. Mindfreak chose side, of course. Mindfreak get that big orange victory sign in front of them. Look at that. You can see the smiles on their faces as well. Jack Daddy's out of his seats. Big smile on his face. They look like they've won the whole match.
Yeah.
They
look like the relief
luck.
of like, we've done it. Luck. You can't put that on luck, James. That's work right there.
Yeah, absolutely. They can't believe what they've just achieved. And that's just the one map.
Yeah.
But